let's get back on topic. Why don't we just like take a moment to just really appreciate what we just saw? Because seriously, like, best episode of Korra by far.
Yeah.
And
ironically, didn't even have Korra in it for like very long.
I know, but the amount of Korra was just right. It was just right. And now I feel like she knows what she's got to do.
Yeah, I hope that's like, oh, wisdom. Okay, that's what I need. You know, like.
But I mean, like at the same time, like because of like kind of how we saw it happen, like we saw it through her eyes. Like I felt like I grew like as she was, you know, watching all of that.
Me too. Like, you know what I mean? Like we found an appreciation for the Avatar elements and like, you know, what the duty is. You know, like the whole time is like, okay, this really OP dude that is like, okay, I'm supposed to, you know, restore world order, you know, air quotes, you know, it's like, okay, that's cool. But, you know, like there was no real appreciation until you saw how it happened.
I know, like, I just want to, I guess we'll start off with the last scene, really. Well, one of the last scenes, I suppose.
Old Man Wan? Right?
Yeah, Old Wan. It's just like, when he, like, I was like, yeah, this is great. And then when it goes to, like, the battle scene and he's just dying, I just, like, I had a moment there. I was just like, oh my God, he made this promise and he's not going to be able to do it. And then he's just like, we're together forever. So now it shifts, like, what we think of the Avatar is just like, oh, I'm the Avatar and it's just my job to just keep balancing the world, because it, like, shifts it from that to being almost like a promise that, like, he, like, made, like, way back in the day that he's just trying to, like, fulfill. And I'm just like, that's so beautiful.
That's intense.
It's so beautiful.
That's intense. I mean, for me, it's like I can see that. I mean, like I didn't like think that deeply to it. I'm glad you said that, because like I was just sort of like, okay, you can't really defeat like evil or like, you know, this human malice or whatever, you know, like it's humans. It's who we are. You know, every TV show we've been watching, you know, it's like that duality, you know. In that, you know, it doesn't even deal with anything spirit related, you know, and it's just like, unfortunately, it's not a promise you can really keep. You know, you can't really make peace. But then again, like that's also why I'm so happy. It's like, yay, you know, more avatars in the future, you know, because you're always gonna have problems and trouble and whatever, you know. So I mean, that's why I thought. I was like, okay, like I think it's pretty good to hear your interpretation of that.
I just loved all of it. I you know, like I appreciated all of it. And though I will say this was like, you know, like definitely had a lot of Miyazaki vibes too.
Oh yeah,
which is great. But there are also like these really funny like Disney vibes I kept noticing. Like the beginning was like Aladdin.
Definitely like we're about to break onto Aladdin songs. You know,
that was a terrible pun.
Oh, right. No, that was perfect.
But not only that, like,
and then also
near the end when like the planets align, I was like, oh my God, he's gonna unleash the Titans.
I was thinking as soon as I saw the lemur, like, or like the whatever that main spirit dude, like I was thinking like I guess like I was thinking Lion King with Timon and Pumbaa. And then I feel like we could find some more Disney.
Put your faith in what you most believe. Two worlds, one family.
Oh my God! One day we gotta have that show where you just recite the whole show while we're playing.
Random note for our listeners. I have this really weird skill where I can quote all of Hercules from
the whole thing,
from start to finish, the voices and everything.
He did it while we were driving to Austin, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I did because I mean, like I did like half of it on the way there, and then the other half on the way back.
And we checked like on the phone, you know, like while he was driving, and he just did this. So props. but
all that aside, I just honestly like it was. You know, a lot of the times whenever you have origin stories, like it's really risky. Like it's such a risky thing to do because, you know, origin stories can be really good or they can be really terrible. Like think about like Star Wars when they did like their prequels, like that like took like the joy and like the wonder and everything like out of Star Wars because they're just like, oh, the Force, it's just bacteria that people have, you know, with midichlorians and all that, you know what I mean? But this, you know, so you know, like it's kind of scary to some extent for like a fan because, you know, like this is now canon, like this is how it is, you know what I mean?
But that was awesome canon. Like
it was,
like,
it was proper.
Like seriously, like I'm like it's definitely restored faith like in so many like Korra watchers. This whole season, you know, like we've been complaining so much, and you know people on Facebook are complaining, and it's like wow, these guys really did it right. Maybe it was planned because you know it's not like they can go like change things like oh crap they don't like our stuff now, you know, let's go change everything. Right?
I know, and it was like. I don't know. Like I feel like I just got like a really big hug. That's like it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, no, I see that. Like it's like, hey y'all, like we know what we're doing. Have faith in us. It was like, oh, they're gonna save us. They're gonna really do it. I'm so proud of them, and I'm like, I'm really proud and really happy that we kept sticking with this because definitely this show is worth watching. It definitely is like, yeah, we gotta protect nature, and yeah, like Miyazaki's spirits are like, yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, I loved it. Like
right?
there was like that one dude
No
who just
face.
looked like no face,
Right?
like chilling in the
Right?
spa. I was like,
And then also like with all the nature stuff, it was like Princess Mononoke right here, it's-
yeah.
right?
Oh, and he was on the bobcat dude, just like Ashitaka.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! I just.
my god.
Oh wow! I just.
Oh my god.
Right? Oh, it just makes. Oh my god!
Don't mind us. We're just here, just. Over that episode. Okay.
Is that dope? We talk about things that are dope. I mean, that's dope.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it was just so dope. By the way, everybody here, if you don't know what we're talking about by Miyazaki, oh my god, Avatar fans, if you do not know who Hayao Miyazaki is, like, check yourself.
All right.
If it wasn't for like Appa is directly influenced by one of Hayao Miyazaki's creations called the Cat Bus. Like, not even joking. You know what I mean? Like, and this episode had crazy Miyazaki vibes. I know I'm like spouting all this nonsense, but honestly, like Hayao Miyazaki.
What does Miyazaki mean?
Yeah,
right.
he's
a
like,
dude.
He's like the Walt Disney of Japan. His
Exactly.
films are incredible. I encourage all of you to go watch them ASAP, Rocky. Like, seriously.
Indeed, yeah.
As
like,
fast as you
Star
can.
Wars Spirited Away. That's a classic. I've seen that like 6 times.
I mean, you can start with Spirited Away. I started with Totoro personally.
Okay, I mean, I think Spirited Away is like the best indicators. Like, if you don't like that, you're probably not gonna like anything else. And also, that's the most critically acclaimed. Like I guess that's where I got my start.
I mean,
so.
my personal like I like Spirited Away, but I guess not on the degree of everybody else. My personal favorite is Howl's Moving Castle. And
that was actually the first one I did see. I saw that in theaters when I was in 7th grade.
That's awesome,
dude. Good times. I'll have to tell you guys about that story later on one day.
Oh man,
we gotta do like story times one day.
Oh yes, definitely,
right?
definitely. But anyways, TLDR, Hayao Miyazaki. Fantastic director. Go check him out if you haven't already.
Yeah, TLDR in a spoken thing. but yeah, no. Okay.
TLDL.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, right. But you didn't listen to us this whole time?
That defeats the purpose of a podcast.
Well, yeah, I get you. Okay,
but all that aside, I think the animation was really, really awesome too.
Oh
like,
my gosh!
It was so basic, and I saw just the screenshots. I was like, I don't really know how I feel about this. But then when I actually saw it come into play,
whole time,
it just fit. You know what I mean? Like where like the spirits and it was like a world where the spirits and humans like live together. Like that it just made sense. Like and as the story progressed, like I was like, yeah, I can really get into this. This is so great, and it's like depicts like the time period perfectly. You know what I mean? And it's just like.
For me, like so the art sort of reminded me like this is a simpler time.
Yes.
And like is the world is more pure in a sense. I mean, like they are like mixing with nature. They are mixing like there's not that much pollution. I mean, like you smell fire. Like and then you think about like current times. You don't see like a sky or whatever like that. Pollution, cars, crap like that. So that's what it reminded me. And then also like it was like, hey, this is ancient China or wherever, I guess it's China. It makes sense. It's China.
I don't really know where it is, but I mean, he goes everywhere.
Yeah, he does go everywhere. So
I'm pretty sure he goes to like India.
Pangea. Right? So it was just Asia, and then it became Africa. And oh yeah, I do want to say as a side, black guy. And there's a female airbender chick. I've always just wondered, it's like, how do they? Like
they do the thing sometimes. All right.
I don't believe you.
Anyways, on that note, though, like about how it was a simpler time. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I felt like that scene where Juan is dying, it gets like the drawing kind of like changes to like a lot more realistic.
It does, get more present tense, yeah.
And it gave me like kind of Avatar vibes. You know what I mean? Because this is clearly.
It did remind me of like Roku, like you reminded me of Roku, yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I thought that was cool.
That's really cool.
But yeah, I think from there, like we've geeked out so much that I think we need to like close this off specifically by talking about like the real world implications of everything, kind of like what we see going on with all of this. I'll go first if you want me to.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so remember how we see this big scene where Rava and Vatu are like fighting, and Vatu, the evil spirit, tricks the Avatar into like letting him go or whatever, right?
Yeah.
hear me out here. I think that Unalaq essentially did the same thing with Korra.
Yeah.
Remember, because he's just like, oh, the Northern Gate's just always been open because we're more pure or whatever. It's like, no, he sealed, it's open because he let it so that the what's it called, that it's open because he wanted to let the spirit people go back to the spirit world or whatever, right? But I think that just like Vatu had like those plans to like basically come and do the harmonic
integration or whatever, is it?
Yeah,
I do know what you're talking about. Yeah,
that thing where the planets align and they don't unleash the Titans. All right,
Hercules.
Hercules. Yeah, I think just like Vatu like had those plans. I feel like Unalaq tricks the Avatar. Essentially tricks Korra. Like it carries all the way back down to present tense, where he tricks the Avatar to make it so that darkness can overtake the world. And it's clearly happening because the dark spirits are like steadily increasing.
Have they? I mean, they had been increasing before that.
But I think
is he controlling them or something?
I think he is. You know what I mean? I think maybe it might just be like Vatu, controlling Unalaq, controlling what's it called? Like the dark spirits. Some kind of form like that. My point is, like, what he's trying to do is he's trying to make it so like all the stuff like that they were trying to prevent before with the harmonic
whatever it is,
the harmonic thing.
I just want to call it harmonica, but anyways,
harmonica.
Yeah, go ahead.
When the planets line, all that stuff, like Unalaq is trying to make that happen again. Like,
I don't think he's so malicious, but then again, who knows? We don't. I mean, because it's like oh, I want evil to reign. No, I don't think so. I think he wants like an army or somebody that he can control. But that does answer some questions though, because I was like questioning myself. It's like during the show, it's like, why did he open this up? It's like, and then also I was sort of thinking, is like, okay, like I thought it decreased. And like, there's just every now and then there's a few evil spirits. Although I was shocked to see an evil spirit. I thought like the problem had been solved, because like you see like at the end of like when Korra opens up the South Pole or whatever, it's cool. It's not like it is. Everything is sort of peaceful. It's like, what does this mean? We'll see, I guess.
True.
I do want to say one last thing before we finish. That ending battle though, oh my gosh, that was so cool. Just like,
oh, I had so many Avatar feels.
Oh my god, me too. I was just like,
stay in this tree, and it's like,
when you say it like that, it's just like, oh, maybe it was no. But no. Seriously, like it's like how he was controlling the elements.
Yeah,
like,
it was so beautiful.
It was awesome, and
so good.
And that world they were on, it's like, oh, that's awesome.
And when he's like, no, we're finishing this together. Like, I got feels
right,
like
me too.
Crazy when he's like staticking or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Like, he's like, we're bonded together forever. I was like,
what? No. Right. And like, Rob, I love you.
Oh, girl, I got you.
It's like, oh, he's so cool. Also, shout out to our boy Glenn on the mic.
Yeah, Glenn. Shout out to Glenn. Like, he did a really good job.
Stephen Yoon for holding it down. I mean, seriously, like at first we were like Walking Dead, yeah. But then I guess I forgot about it. I was just like, wow, that's really cool. And then it's like, oh yeah, and then you see the credits, and it's like, oh yeah, he did it. Cool. So that was a really good episode.
Really good episode. Like,
it really restored hope.
It really did. Honestly, like I wish that like I can't get like thoughts on, like I'm still like kind of shaken by like how great that was. You know what I mean? And it was just so refreshing, and it just reminded me so much on why I love this show. Yeah, so much.
Oh, definitely. Like, this has been really refreshing, and I'm glad I got to watch it. So,
and I'm really hoping, honestly, that this is not the high point of it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm really hoping like that they really keep this pace. I mean, like, like a few dips and every now and then is cool, but like definitely keep this pace of like season 3. End of season 2, if you can go to season 3, and if you can surpass that, definitely that's something we always do want. Although it is sort of hard to surpass that.
It's pretty damn hard. But even if it stays like at a constant like season 2, season 3 level, like in terms of like Avatar quality, like
we'll be very happy. I mean, because right now like it's just been sort of childish, and all the characters are just sort of done wrong, and it's just like, or like it's not like, it's sort of weird to say done wrong, but it's just like, meh, you don't really care about them. You want to care about you care more about Tenzin and his family, like we saw in one episode, and it's just like, I want to watch those guys more than Korra.
Team Avatar,
right?
Yeah,
right.
But hopefully now that they have like this new clarity, Oh, I almost forgot to touch on that. Like, I just love how. Random side note. I love how the entire episode, like at least where Korra was, like at least where everything was taking place in Korra's mind or whatever. I'm assuming, but I love how Korra, like that like area that she was in was a lion turtle. Like that was like so great. Like I don't know, like I feel like people might have missed that, but like that's
I did. I mean, I was like, oh, that's an island. And
no, because it's like all the other islands were like all flat and stuff, but then this one was like a lion turtle, which would explain like why like these air bison were just like hidden. You know what I mean? Like for so long.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. It just gave me so many feels.
That makes a lot of sense actually, because I was like, what does that mean? Like, is it even alive or whatever? But I guess so. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that I can say.
Yeah, me too.
Stay dope, folks.
Yeah.
And be the leaf. We'll see you around.
Peace.